RuneScape is a game full to the brim with truly absurd gameplay. Whether it's the evil cat that has its own island, disturbing monsters that are truly nightmare-inducing, or whatever the fuck this thing is, there is certainly no scarcity when it comes to the weird and wacky. But something I really love about this game is the vast amount of extremely interesting and extremely random facts, bits, and bobs. That's what we'll be exploring today, so sit back, pop open a vial of Saradomin brew, and join me on this journey through some of RuneScape's most bizarre facts. Like, did you know that if you try to poison a chicken in RuneScape, it will drop an egg? On the tick the poison is meant to deal damage, the chicken will lay an egg instead. This bizarre fact was also confirmed by Mod Ash himself, and this also applies for cows, although they moo instead of laying an egg. And did you know that while you're raising a kitten, you can entertain it for 1 hour with a ball of wool, instead of the usual 30 minutes or so by petting it? Also, as a little side note, you can feed your pet kitten lots of different fish, including the stackable Karambwanji, so now is the time to stop running around with half an inventory of sardines. Now, we all love getting those extra runecraft and agility levels from Tears of Guthix, which for those of you who don't know is an activity that gives you XP in your lowest skill. But have you ever wondered what XP you would gain if you have 200 mil XP in all skills, meaning you're completely maxed out? Well, wonder no more. If you're completely maxed in all XP in all skills, you will actually receive cooking XP. Now, during the quest Ghosts Ahoy, there's a point where you can get a green Ghost Speak amulet. Did you know that if you drop it before the cutscene at the Ectofuntus, you can actually pick it up again and keep it? The same goes for the brown bedsheet that can turn you into a brown ghost. And did you know that during the King's Ransom quest, you can actually free King Arthur using a ring of stone on him? This will free him without consuming granite. And yes, you get to keep the ring. And Wizard Crompety in Ardoin even hints at it. He says during the quest, I wonder if you used a magical object that turned you into stone on the statue, would it turn him back to being a human? I must research that. Did you know that if you walk by Catherby Beach and perform the cheer emote on this exact location, a bizarre looking NPC will pop up? If you talk to the NPC, it will tell you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, alright. Did you know that there's an invisible side quest that starts after you give bones to Vios in Port Sarim? Vios, or Veos, will ask you to retrieve the collar from his pet wolf named Copper. If you offer to help him, you can kill foxes for the collar drop. And did you know that there's an NPC named Romilly Weaklax in the Cooking Guild that will ask you to retrieve random items in return for a reward? Similar to how the wise old man can ask you for random items, this NPC will ask you to get him specific pies. You don't have to make them yourself, but I must add that if you buy them from the Grand Exchange, you will probably end up with a GP loss. Now, I've got some really great facts that a viewer actually commented on my last RuneScape facts video. Did you know that it would take exactly 15,057 genie lamps to level a skill from 1 to 99, and that it takes the same number of lamps to get from level 1 to 2 as it does to get from level 39 to 40? Did you know that General Grador is the only NPC in the game with visible nipples? And if you look at the character who stands on top of the rooftop courses, named Big Red Japan, you will see that his character model wears a Legends cape and Rogue's armor, but the color schemes are actually different to the normal armor pieces. Legends capes are grey, not white, and the Rogue's outfit is black and brown, not black and blue. A big thank you to Ponderlife for those facts, and if you have an interesting fact yourself, please let me know. Now, there's a very peculiar imp that spawns in the northwest of Varrock. What makes this imp interesting is that its wander radius was never changed to account for the addition of the Grand Exchange. As a result, it gets stuck facing the wall just east of the Spirit Tree. Poor little guy. I'm gonna kill it. And just as a side note, while we're talking about imps, did you know that they used to look like this until late 2006? I personally prefer the old style. I mean, just look at it, it's beautiful. Most of you are well aware that we have a range of random events that spawn as we go about our RuneScape shenanigans. But did you know that there's a way to gain extra rewards from some of these events? For example, if you want extra loot from the Maze random event, you can get to a chest and open it, then keep the dialogue box open. After about a minute, the chest will close, allowing you to loot it again. While the dialogue box is open, the percentage remaining doesn't go down, and it only goes down for the 1 tick you click the chest. This means you can loot the chest repeatedly for a bunch of Maze random items, which could be very helpful for early game Iron Men. but keep in mind that the chest will only roll water runes, earth runes, fire runes, bronze arrows, bronze bolts, iron arrows, attack potions, strength potions, and defense potions. And here is a little tip for the dunce random event. After answering a question, if you click on the dragon teacher instead of continuing the dialogue, your next question will be exactly the same as your last one. This means you can complete the random event quickly by answering the same question 3 times in a row. And during the Evil Bob Island random event, you can actually right-click the cat shrine and select walk here during the cutscene, meaning you don't need to pay attention to what statue is being shown. And also, if you get the Gravedigger random event, you can use Leo as a deposit box when you're far away from a bank. Well, thanks for joining me on this journey across the weird and wacky world that is RuneScape. I've got one question for you. Do you have a strange RuneScape fact that I didn't mention? I'd love to hear what it is. Please consider subscribing for more content like this and throw a like on here for good measure. I'll be back soon with another video. Okay, bye.